Hey guys, so I'm basically doing a part two of my February reading wrap up, and excuse me, and also I might as well say the books that I have been reading in March so far. Um, so yeah, so let's do that because I wanted to let you guys know what I've been reading. I don't know where I left off. So I think I tried to watch the video, but yeah, I tried to like read the transcript of my last video to see like where I left off. And I think I left off on the City of Bones, I think. Not the City of Bones, the City of Ashes. Was it the City of Ashes? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I read the City of Ashes in February, and I think I said I gave it a 4 stars. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say because I think I already talked about that in the video that I made previously, so I'm not gonna explain too much. Then the next book I read after that was I read Twilight by Stephanie Meyer, and I gave that book 4 stars. And that book, like, it just like the whole series in general is like so nostalgic to me. And yeah, like I just loved it. I loved reading the Twilight books, and I'm definitely gonna get the white box set, but I just I just don't have the room for that right now. So one day I will. And I'm gonna be so happy about it. I'm gonna like move because I'm also gonna do like a book unhaul in the middle or the end of the year. I'm not sure yet, but I'm gonna get rid of some books to make more space for new and other books that I want to have. So yeah, because I just feel like it's just taking up space. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of some books. Even though I already did one last year, I want to do another one because I want to make room for other books. So yeah, the next one is I read Kimi ni Todoke by Karo. Hold on, is it Karuho Shina? I think I said that right. If I didn't, correct me in the comments. But I read volume 1 and I gave that 5 stars. Oops, sorry. So yeah, I give that a 5 star because I just love it. It's super nostalgic to me because I watched that anime when I was younger, and now that I'm reading it now, like when I'm like older, of course, it's just like it feels so good to like read like the things that like that you didn't even know. Like I don't know, cuz like for a time I didn't even know that um animes were adapted from manga at the time, cuz like I don't know, I just did not know how that worked. So yeah, but yeah, the next book that I read was Hello Stranger by Catherine Senner, and I gave that one 4 stars. It was okay. I felt like the book was a little bit tame, and like it was good. It kept me engaged, but yeah, and I definitely want to read more Catherine Senner books, but it's just that I was just not I just didn't like it as much as I did The Bodyguard. So yeah, like I think that it was just like the type of romance that it just was not my thing, but I did enjoy it nonetheless. So yeah. And then the next one I read after that was I read New Moon. It's the second book in the Twilight Saga series, and I gave that book 4 stars. And I really like, in the books and the movies, like, I still did not like really enjoy New Moon that much. I don't know what it is about New Moon. I just don't like it as much as the other ones. So yeah. Um but yeah, like, you get like more introduced to werewolves in New Moon, and you get um like you find out more, and um more about Victoria. And this is a spoiler if you don't know much about Twilight, or if you already watched the movies and you probably already know this, but or read the books, you probably already know this, the first book. But you learn a little bit more about Victoria, not that much, but just a little bit, and then you learn more about the other characters, I feel like. But like, also in the books and also in the movies, like, I feel like there's more vibrancy of the characters than in the movies, so I thought that was great. But yeah. um so yeah, the next book that I read was Eclipse. It's the third book in the Twilight Saga series, and I think I gave that one, yeah, I gave it a 4.5 stars. uh, I don't know like what it is about Eclipse. that that was just so good. That was so good. Like, the it was just, spoiler if you have not read the books or the movies, watch the movies. But it's the battle between um the vampires and the new vampires, and like the newborns. And yeah. And they're like, the werewolves are helping the vampires even though they hate the vampires. And like, you see like, and then you see more of Jasper, which, like, it's just like, Jasper is so cool. And yeah, and I feel like that's like always my favorite, is like when he's like talking about, like, even in the movies as well, like when he is talking about his past. uh I just like, I love that. Like, I love that part. Every single time I see it, I'm just like, that's just, I love it so much. Like, his past before he was a vampire is so interesting, and I just love it. Ugh, I look like alfalfa with my hair like sticking up like that. Ugh, just ignore it, please. I don't know why. I don't know why it does that, but yeah. The next book that I read was The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner by Stephanie Meyer, and that's like the third and a half book of it. And it was really cool and really interesting to see like the other side of what was going on, because like, you only see it a little bit in the movies, you don't really see much. So it's really interesting to see all the stuff that went down. But also like, um yeah, but like, you don't really see much of like the characters that were in the book. You don't really see them that much in the movie. You don't see the characters who she was most around. Like, well, I don't think I saw it, but if you guys saw it, then maybe I just didn't catch it. But yeah, I just did not see the characters that she was hanging around so much. And yeah, it just didn't see it. But I wish that they like kind of put more of their side, because I would love to see that. I would have loved to see that, but I guess they didn't have the time or something to like put that in there, because I felt like it would have made it really cool um um to kind of put that kind of backstory um in the movie. But I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, now we're going into March. Excuse me. So the next book that I read, okay, so we're getting in March now. So the next book I read was The City of Glass by Cassandra Clare, and that was the third book in the Mortal Instruments series, and I gave that 5 stars. I don't know, uh I could not tell you why I gave it 5 stars because I don't remember. This is why, like, when people ask me what book I read was about, like, I cannot answer them because I don't remember. uh but it's good in the moment to read books, but I just like sometimes I just can't remember what happens. Like, I cannot tell ya. But also, if it was like something that's like, if if I was like, let's say I read um uh I don't know, let's say I read Wildfire and they asked me what it was about, I was like, I don't know. Because like it's just so embarrassing, because I don't know what it is, but like I think it's because like when it's like a spicy romance, it's like embarrassing to say what it's about. So yeah. So yeah, I don't really know what that's all about, but um I really I really don't remember what made it a 5 star, but I guess I really enjoyed it. That's all I can say. Um, so yeah. The next book that I read was Breaking Dawn, the Twilight Saga book 4, and I gave that 5 stars. And yeah, cuz like it was like, if you've ever seen the movies, like it's like there's a part 1 and part 2, and basically in the book it's like all in one, of course, and the both of them was just like, I loved I love Breaking Dawn. Like in the movies, I love Breaking Dawn part 1 and part 2, because this is when she kind of is becoming more her, and she's and she becomes a vampire, and she's like, I don't know how to explain, but like she just is so cool. And in this, and she becomes more comfortable with being a vampire. And yeah, and you guys know, like, the in the story, she and her family and a bunch of other vampires go and not fight, but kind of defend themselves against the Volturi, because of someone sees something and misunderstands it. And yeah, and something happens, and yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But that's what I'm gonna say about that. um then the next book that I read after that was The Other Bennett Sister by Janice Hadlow, and I gave that 5 stars. And basically, this book is about Mary Bennett, and it's her after it's like her life after Pride and Prejudice. And it made me like it made me feel bad about Mary because I never knew, like, I knew that in Pride and Prejudice, like, she wasn't really talked about, and I thought that was like kind of weird, and I didn't know why. But it gives more perspective on her life, and like it made me like, even though I did not like um their mother in Pride and Prejudice, because I thought like, what in the world? I know, I get that she wants all her children to be married and everything, but the way that she treated Mary, and also like how her, basically her whole family kind of neglects her and her feelings, and Lydia, like, what is up with her? And like her being so rude to Mary, and she's such a bully to her own sister, and I just did not like that. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very um mundane, but I feel like that that is her, and I don't think that's a bad thing. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was really nice, and I thought like in towards the end of the book, she really captures herself, and she becomes um she stands for who she is, and she doesn't, you know, let people say things about her like she used to. So she takes a stand for herself, and I really liked that and appreciated that in that book, and I thought it was really nice. And yeah, and yeah, and it kind of goes into also into everyone's like kind of aftermath of after Pride and Prejudice ended. It kind of goes into that, but not really, because it's more about Mary, and I feel like that was really nice to see, because it's not about her sisters, because she's always compared to her sisters. This time it was about her, and I feel like she deserved that, and like she got her book, and that was really nice. So yeah, then I read this book. I did not rate this book because it was a nonfiction and it was a memoir, and I don't really rate nonfiction. When it comes to memoirs, I don't rate them. um so yeah, with like with other stuff, with other nonfictions, I do rate them. I do rate them, but for stuff like this I don't. But I read um I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I think I said her name right. So yeah, I read that, and it was really interesting to see um what what her life was like, and like her life, and just like to see like what it was like to be a child actor. And yeah, uh and I thought that was really cool and interesting. So really, I liked it, but like I also, I don't know, I don't know how to explain, because I don't want you guys to think it was bad, but I just wasn't enjoying it. um I don't know, there was something about the about this book that I just did not like. I don't know, I don't know myself why I didn't like it, but I did not like it. um and if I did give this book a rating, I don't even know what I would give it, because I, for one, I really, I liked it, but I also did not like it. So I don't even know what rating I would give. So yeah. And then I read the Vampire Diaries books 1 through 3, and that is a series by L.J. Smith, and I gave all three books, I gave 3 stars, and it was not necessarily bad, but I really enjoyed it. But I don't think I would give it a higher rating than 3 stars, because it's just, I don't know, it's just, I don't, I wouldn't give it 4 stars, so why would I give it anything higher than that? So yeah, even if I really enjoyed it, I don't think I would give it a 4 star. But maybe the other books will be 4 stars, but these 3 in particular, the first 3, was not anything special or fantastic that I would give it a 4 stars. So yeah. Then I read the complete tales of Beatrix Potter's Peter Rabbit and Other Stories, and I gave that a 2.5, because I just didn't really enjoy it as much. I didn't really enjoy it that much, so yeah, it was just not my cup of tea, and yeah, I just did not enjoy it, but it's okay, because it's just a book. But yeah, okay, I'm just gonna talk about the book that I'm currently reading, and let me just tell you something. I bet from all the books that I've talked about, and even before, I don't think you guys would expect me to read this type of book, because it's not something that I usually read. And if you guys know, I don't read fantasy. I don't read fantasy. And I know you guys are gonna say, like, well, Twilight's a fantasy and like blah blah blah, but and I have like read fantasies before, but I just don't read fantasy, and it's just not my thing. And it's still, I don't think it's, and this is like more like romantasy. It's like romance fantasy, because there's a romance in it, so it's romantasy. But I just I don't know how to like, but the book I'm reading is A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm finally giving this book a try, and I'm almost done with it. I'm almost done with the first book, and then I'm gonna go move on to the second book. But goodness, guys, this book is a wild ride. I still don't get some of the characters and like what it is, but I guess it will be more explained in the second book, I hope, about like, you know, everything. And yeah, and I have like, I don't know, but I do enjoy it though. So my guess is what I'm gonna rate it on. I think I'm gonna give this book like a 3, but in actuality, like on my Goodreads, I mean, I'm gonna give it a 3, but it's actually gonna be like a 3.75. It's gonna be so close to a 4, but it's just not 4-star material. So yeah, but yeah, I really do enjoy the book, really do enjoy it, but it's just not 4-star material, and that's all I'm gonna say. We'll see what I think in the next books, and yeah, that's all I have. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope to see you guys in my next video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. So bye, and please subscribe to the channel.